Hey everybody, what is up? It is Blynn and I'm back with another little video for you. Again, this one is going to be kind of a mixed drama, mixed tea kind of a video. So if you're down for that, then hang out and keep on watching. First thing I'm going to chat about a little bit in this video is Eugenia Cooney. Now, Eugenia Cooney is of course very controversial on social media. A lot of people have a lot of opinions about her and her content. You know, recently she's been going through some stuff where she's been getting a lot of weird items in the post, all of this. Now, Eugenia recently posted a photo to Instagram, which is nothing new. You know, Eugenia is a content creator. She does post a lot of photos of herself on Instagram, you know, when she's dressed up for either streaming or YouTube videos, all that kind of good stuff. So she posted this picture, and what she's being called out for now is the fact that you can see her mum in the background taking this picture. What it is, Eugenia posed in front of what looks like a British telephone box. You know, the old-fashioned style red telephone boxes. She posed in front of one of those in a kind of emo outfit, and you can actually see Eugenia's mum taking the picture in the reflection of the glass that's in this telephone box. So I'm going to pop the pictures in here so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Now, the reason that Eugenia is being called out for this is, of course, because of her physique. You know, we all know that Eugenia is possibly suffering from some kind of eating disorder. You know, a lot of people have got a lot to say about that online. But, you know, Eugenia's mum is actually the person who's taking all these photos for her. People have talked about this before. All of these photos that she posts on Instagram, people have said, is Eugenia putting the camera on a timer and then hiding the remote, taking the photos herself? But now we're finding out that her mum is actually the one behind the camera. This is controversial because of Eugenia's physique. A lot of people are talking about it. Eugenia's been getting a lot of hate under the photo. People are talking about the fact that her mum is the one taking the photos, saying how bad they think it is. Now, I really don't know what to say about this. You know, it's kind of like, I don't know, I kind of get the feeling that Eugenia's mum might be a little bit of a kind of pushy stage mum, like, oh yeah, let's go, take the photos, pose, you know, we've got to do this for your Instagram, you know. So you can either look at it like Eugenia's mum is being very pushy, forcing Eugenia to make the content, or, you know, that she's just a mum supporting her daughter. You could look at it two ways. But, you know, I think most people have a problem with the fact that Eugenia's mum is taking the photos because they don't think that Eugenia's mum is supporting her. They think that Eugenia's mum is actually enabling her rather than just being supportive of her daughter's career, what her daughter does for a living. Because, of course, Eugenia has been on social media for years. You know, it's not just some, like, overnight thing. Eugenia's been on social media for years. And she's done things like now, she's done YouTube, she does a lot of Twitch as well. So it's a really hard one to call whether to say Eugenia's mum is being like overbearing or whether Eugenia's mum is just being supportive. What I will say on this whole Eugenia thing, is none of us who are, you know, watching all of this go on are doctors. You know, we're not health professionals, the majority of us. You know, yeah, there might be one or two who are, but we're not really all health professionals and stuff. We don't really know the ins and outs of Eugenia's condition, you know. Eugenia's never actually said what the disorder is that she has a problem with. She did that whole documentary with Shane Dawson, but she's never actually said, oh yeah, this is the name of what I have, this is the name of what I struggle with. So people are kind of confused, I guess, as to why Eugenia's mum is there in the background taking the photos for Eugenia and what it seems like enabling Eugenia. I really don't know. I'm going to leave that part of the video right there. I'm going to let you guys make up your mind on this, whether you think that this is enabling Eugenia or supporting her. You know, at the end of the day, Eugenia is a content creator. This is how she makes her money. This is how she makes a living. So I really don't know what she's supposed to do. You know, people just want her to stop and disappear from the internet, but I really don't think that that's going to happen. And speaking of people want to disappear from the internet, I recently made a video that was talking about Britney Spears and about how Britney had had a lot of backlash for the things that she's posting on social media right now. People were in her comments under her reel saying that she should be locked up again and all of this kind of stuff, which I think is really too much. You know, 6 months ago everybody was, "Ooh, free Britney," and now it's like, oh look, she's unstable, let's get her locked up again. You know, people are all talking about that, and it's very kind of, I don't like it, you know. It's like the poor woman just got her freedom back. You know, let her post what she wants, really, after everything that she's been through with the conservatorship and her family. And again, Britney has taken to Instagram to speak about her family. She's put up several posts saying that she was locked up for 4 months, she couldn't do anything, couldn't go anywhere under the conservatorship. And she made a few posts that were talking all about her experience with her family. Now, I don't know if Britney's going to come out with a book or anything about her experiences, but I did talk about it earlier in the week that Britney has allegedly been making music again. So this is all very interesting. I don't know if Britney is going to come out with a book or music or anything, but, you know, it would be kind of interesting to think that Britney might come out with a book, a real kind of tell-all book of her experience, her perspective. Given that Jamie Lynn, her sister, came out with a book on her, are we going to see it? I don't know. And we're staying in the kind of vein of mental health here, because somebody else that I want to talk about briefly is Trisha Paytas. Trisha Paytas, for a long time on social media, has gone back and forth saying that 1 minute she does have a diagnosis of BPD, which is borderline personality disorder, and then she's also said that she's never been diagnosed a lot of times. I came across this clip that was actually in a Rich Lux video, and it's from a little YouTuber, or a YouTuber called Illuminati. So I'm going to pop this clip in here, because what they've done, they've gathered all the clips together of when Trisha has said she did have BPD, she was diagnosed with BPD, and all the clips of where she said she's never been diagnosed with these mental disorders. But before I play this clip, please don't also forget that Trisha did say that she had schizophrenia at one point as well, and she said that she'd been diagnosed with that, and then she said she hadn't. So for me, this is a bit of a pattern with Trisha. I honestly think that Trisha is a little bit of a mental health tourist, in my opinion. You know, I can't say as fact, oh no, Trisha doesn't have BPD, but I honestly do feel like Trisha is a bit of a mental health tourist. I myself do have a BPD diagnosis. I was diagnosed in 2019. So before I play this clip, I just want to throw it out there that when somebody says to you that they have BPD, which is borderline personality disorder, please don't assume that we're all like Trisha Paytas, because we're not. We really, really aren't. Anyway, roll the clip.
In 2019 was the first time I heard the term borderline, and my therapist at the time, who's my therapist now, I was like, so I'm borderline, and he would always say, you have traits of it.
People tell me I'm like, manic, like, what is it? Or BPD, borderline personality. I love having diagnosed with me, by the way. You have borderline personality disorder, Trisha, or you're manic, because you're like manic depressive, because one day you're super sad and one day you're super happy. Everything's one day at a time. Take everything one day at a time. I'm like the happiest I've been in a long time. So, you know, whatever. Everybody goes through these emotions. Don't let anyone call you crazy. People just resort to crazy because it's easy. I have borderline personality disorder, which I have been diagnosed with before, but that's a whole story. People diagnose me with like random things all the time that I feel like are not. I've literally been diagnosed with everything, which I feel like I can't have every single mental illness in the whole world, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was diagnosed with bipolar, borderline personality disorder, schizophrenia, and multiple personality disorder like the whole time of my life.
Since you were a kid?
Yeah, since I was like 14, those are like the 4 things I've been diagnosed with.
People love to do that. People do that all the time. Like, you clearly have borderline personality disorder. You clearly have, I'm like, you see like 2 seconds of a vlog, people are so down. Oh my god, I see peeps.
I mean, do you though?
No, I know, and I would totally be so honest, because like I love saying like, oh, I have this, I love being like, but like I've literally gone to so many like therapists, like I want medication for something. I'm like, tell me I'm something.
We do put our lives out there, but to diagnose someone, he puts in the description like Trisha has borderline personality disorder. I don't.
Like, I've never been actually diagnosed, so I'm not really sure. I can't be like, I'm bipolar, I am borderline personality. I didn't acknowledge it for so long because I've never been properly diagnosed. You know, everyone has levels. They all have characteristics. You could have characteristics of BPT, you could have characteristics of this. You know, it's hard to just diagnose, but he did refer me to this program almost immediately. So I think he had the same sort of assumption, which he's allowed to have because that's his profession.
Yeah, that's kind of me. Maybe there's something wrong with me. I go to DBT classes. Where's my camera?
It's right here.
I go to DBT classes, okay? I get it under control. I'm
DBT?
fine. For borderline personality disorder, a lot of people think I have BPD, and I go to DBT for it. It's group therapy. I take the skills. I do the lessons. Been going since May 8th. What's up?
Isn't borderline personality, or I'm thinking of antisocial. What is borderline personality disorder?
I don't know. People diagnose me with it, so I don't know.
Okay.
People on the internet. Well, my therapist did tell me to go to these DBT classes.
Do you have a personality disorder? Do you have some kind of diagnosis?
I've never been diagnosed.
I have gone to DBT classes, and if you guys don't know what DBT group classes are, it's for people who are with borderline personality disorder. To say I got like a diagnosis handwritten from a doctor, no. Did he refer me to go to DBT classes? Yes.
My therapist that I talked to, I asked him straight up, I'm like, so am I borderline? Am I bipolar? Like, am I schizo? Like, there's, you know, all these things. And he's like, well, you have traits of a lot of things, so I can't really say it's one, you know, you're definitely bipolar. People think I manipulate the audience by talking about borderline in general, because this is a recent diagnosis as of last year and going into therapy.
For people with borderline, and this is all new to me, for even to call myself borderline or mental illness, like, it's all very new. I would always say no one diagnosed me because no one diagnosed me properly. People would say I was bipolar, and I wasn't. I would be on bipolar medication, and it really screwed up my chemicals in my brain, like off the deep end. So I never, and so it wasn't until May of last year where I started seeking treatment, and he's like, yeah, you're this, go to these classes. It was the first time I ever heard of DPT.
Because, like, here's the thing. Yes, I have been, I guess, diagnosed. I don't know. Therapists have told me to go to DBT classes, say I have traits of BPT. I've never really been like, this is you, but I pretty much think it's me. I'm also a BPD, a borderline personality. My first therapist who diagnosed me with borderline was like, who I still go to, was like, you have traits of borderline. I'm like, okay, my borderline, so you have traits of it. And just like everyone's like, you weren't diagnosed with schizophrenia. It's the same way I wasn't really diagnosed with borderline. I'd ask every therapist, do I have borderline personality? They're like, well, you have traits of it. Well, what does that mean? Is that yes? Is that a no? Same way, you go to DBT, you have traits of borderline, but nobody writes it down in writing for me. But at the end of the day, I am mentally ill. I am a borderline.
And the last thing that I'm going to mention briefly in this video is Nikki Tutorials. Nikki Tutorials, as you might know, has her brand, which is called Nimya. Now, I've been using this Nimya Where It All Starts cream. I've been using this as a makeup base recently. I've had it for about a week, and I really, really do love this product. Honestly, I can't say enough good things about this as a makeup primer. I think it's awesome. It does also give you a little bit of a kind of highlighter sort of glow as well, which is cute. It's really nice under makeup. I mean, I don't like to look too shiny, so I tend to use powder over my makeup, over my foundation a little bit, just to kind of take away the sort of excess shine. You can see I still look kind of glowy. That is the lights here, honestly. But this I really, really do like for a primer. Speaking of Nikki Tutorials and her brand Nimya, I have a sneaking suspicion that Nikki Tutorials might be coming out with an eyeshadow palette. I don't know, don't quote me on it, but Nikki has been posting pictures of her eye looks a lot recently. She posted one today where she's going, wow, look at that duochrome. And I was like, Nikki, is this something you're working on? Are you trying to tell us something, girl? Are you trying to tell us that you're actually working on makeup products for your brand now? I would love it if she is. I mean, Nikki did have that Beauty Bay palette, of course. She did have this one. She did have this one that she did with Beauty Bay. This eyeshadow palette, which you can see I've dug into and used. You can see I've got dips and dents in it. So, I wonder, is Nikki going to be coming out with makeup products? Now, I've also been trying out the Jeffree Star cream as well. So, I've been trying out the Jeffree Star Skin Moisturizer. And that is, oh, sorry, get it out of the box there. That is this one here. Really bougie component. So, the two side by side, the Nimya and the Jeffree Star Skin. This one, I like this for a day cream, like a day moisturizer. So when you get up in the morning, you know, after you cleanse your skin, this one is the one that I like. And the Nimya one, I prefer this for a primer rather than a day cream, just because it has that little bit of stickiness to it, that little bit of tackiness that you would expect from a primer. I find that this is best under makeup. You can also use it on your body to sort of give you a bit of a sheen, a bit of a highlight glow on your body as well. So this one, I would say that this is nicer for makeup prep and that kind of purpose. And the Jeffree Star one, honestly, I would say this is much more of a day cream, a daytime moisturizer, or before you go to bed, you know, when you're doing your normal skincare routine. I would say that that is best for that out of the two. And then I also tried the Jeffree Star eye cream as well. I've been using that a little bit. Really, really love the applicator on this. You can see it's got the little star in it there, and that really does feel cooling to me when you put it on under your eyes. I have seen people say that you really have to squeeze a lot of product out and that it's dragging on their skin, but for me that's really not the case. I find it very easy. I just go like this, just squeeze a tiny amount out like that, and I find that that is enough for me, and that does like my whole under eye there. That is enough. I don't think that the applicator drags on my skin. It actually just feels really, really nice and cool. So that is the eye cream. So I'm loving the eye cream and the moisturizer so far. I haven't really dug in to the makeup melting cream yet, honestly, because I'm still using this one. So when I run out of this, I'll be moving on to the Jeffree Star one. But these, the moisturizer and the eye cream, I really love so far. I will give you a bit of a more in-depth update in like a couple of weeks time or something. I have also ordered the facial wash as well, so I'm going to give that a go and see how that goes when it arrives and I've used it for a couple of weeks. I'll give you like a full update on my Jeffree Star skin experience. So guys, I'm going to stop this little video right here. I'm going to say take care, stay safe, stay well. Let me know what you think about all the drama in this video, and I will see you very soon. Take care.